So it says fill in the blanks using the available answer choices. Alyssa is solving this equation. We have 5b minus 2. Remember, that's like 5 unknowns minus 2 is equal to 2b plus 7. To eliminate the constant on the left side of the equation, what is the constant on the left side of the equation? What's the constant on the left side of the equation? That has a variable. Remember, a constant is the number without the variable in it. So this -2, how would we eliminate it? Excellent. So our option here is to add 2 to each side, right? Alyssa can add 2 to each side. Ulrich, I really don't want to have to talk to you again. I've talked to you way too much already. So this is the constant on the left. Now it says to eliminate the variable term on the right side of the equation. So we're looking on the right side of the equation. What's the variable term?
7. Wait, no.
2b.
Yeah.
2b is the variable term. So how are we going to eliminate 2b?
-2.
Not -2, but minus 2b, right? That is the question. All right, so we're going to subtract 2b from each side. Hopefully that's not important. Subtract 2b from each side. So if we have 5b minus 2 equals 2b minus 7. It says we added 2 to each side. Michaela, put your Chromebook away. Make sure you're with us. Add 2 to each side. So plus 2 plus 2. Notice I wrote that under the constants because that's what we can combine them with. That left us with 5b on the left and 2b minus 5 on the right. Then it said we subtract 2b from each side. Lucas, you need to move. So if we subtract 2b from each side, we have 3b is equal to, wait, this was a positive. So this should have been 9. I did not copy it down right. Sorry. So 3b is equal to 9. Now, finally, Alyssa used the division property of equality to determine that b equals what? Lucas, you need to move. What do we need to do to both sides? Remember, a number next to a letter denotes multiplication. To undo multiplication, we divide.
3 by 9.
No, 9 by 3. So, no, it's not. It would be a third, not 3. 3 divided by 9 would be 1/3, is what I'm telling you. But 9 divided by 3 is 3, and it's positive, right? All right, so that's walking us through these steps. We have to move our variable term to one side, and then we need to solve a two-step equation essentially, right? All right, here's another one, just like it. Go ahead. Today we're practicing these. I do want to do number 5 with you because it has fractions. But otherwise, I think you can try the other fractions on the problems. So today is mostly going to be a work day, but I did want to do a little reteaching. So let's just do a couple of these, okay? So let's look at number 5 first. I'm going to say this 1/2 I need to write out of 4. So I have something out of 4x minus 5 equals 10 minus 3/4 x. So I had to multiply this 2 by what to get 4? 2. Now, whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 1 times 2 is 2. Now I need to move my variables. Is it easier for me to add 3/4 x to both sides or subtract 2/4 x from both sides? You want to subtract? All right, Jackson, get off your phone. So minus 2/4 x from both sides. So I'm left with -5 on the left because this goes away. Equals 10. And then I have -3 minus 2. So -5/4 x. Now I'm solving a two-step equation. I need to locate the constant on the side of my variable. Which one's the constant? We have 2 constants. Which one's on the side of the variable? The 10. We got to get rid of the 10. Minus 10, minus 10. Minus 15 is equal to -5/4 x. Or move somewhere else. Or you're going to have to leave. Remember, if we're dividing by a fraction, we multiply by its what? You remember that word? Reciprocal, which means we have to flip the fraction. So -4/5. We're going to multiply both sides by the same thing. What is 15 divided by 5?
3.
3 times the top, which is 4. What's 3 times 4?
12.
12. So it's positive. Negative times a negative is positive. Here, these cancel out, so we just have x. So our solution is x equals 12 here. If you want to do one more together for practice before you practice on your own, maybe we should look at a decimal one. Like 7 or 8. So I would rewrite it. You might want to use separate paper. It's totally up to you, but you do need to show work on something. Is equal to -2.6p plus 3.5. All right, so do we want to subtract 5 4/10 p from both sides, or do we want to add 2 6/10 p to both sides? I would add 2. So I would take the opposite of this to get rid of it on the right. We only want variables on one side. We know this is going to be multiplied by p. 4 and 6 is 10, so I don't have any decimal now, and I have 8p. You're welcome to use a calculator if you need to, plus 13.1 equals 3.5. Because this comes down. Now, what is the constant on the side of the variable? What are we trying to get away from the variable term? This half marathon here, 13.1. How do I get rid of it? Take its opposite, so I'm subtracting it from both sides. Minus 13.1, minus 13.1. So I have 8p. It's going to be equal to negative something. So you can use your calculator if you'd like. So I would say 3.5 minus 13.1 negative 9.6. And remember, a letter next to a number is multiplication, so we undo that by dividing both sides by the coefficient. So now we have p is equal to 9.6 divided by 8, negative 1 2/10. So this was negative 1.2, okay? All right, so today you've got some time. We need to get this practice in. There's lots of practice to be done here. We want to be sure we're understanding it. You're moving variable terms. If you want to go through and start with all the whole numbered problems that don't have fractions or decimals, do that. Then try maybe your decimals, then try your fractions. It's important that we're understanding. So I'll be floating around trying to help you be sure you're understanding. Okay? Questions for the good of the cause? Make sure you're showing your work, because this, along with the packet yesterday, is something you'll easily be able to use for the quiz, right? And if you don't have work to be shown, you're not going to understand how you solved that. Okay?